Let me make sure that this is showing up here.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Got it.
We are live.
For real?
Yes, we are live.
We're live.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Ahoy, ahoy. Welcome back to the Son of a Boy Dad podcast. We are live from HQ4. Why are you saying no sound? I just tested and there is sound.
Did you just do the ahoy? Did you just do the Alexander Graham Bell original telephone hello?
No, I did that.
You said ahoy, ahoy.
That's what Colin always says. He goes, oi, oi.
Ahoy, ahoy is what they wanted to answer the telephone with before they settled on hello.
Well,
Really?
I think they should have stuck to ahoy,
cool.
ahoy.
Ahoy, hoy. And then ahoy would be goodbye. Also, bone to pick.
Nothing really gets me fired up than when people say no sound, because we just tested it and there is sound. You goddamn fools.
Can't hear. Ha 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 ha.
Here's an idea. How about I ban you from the freaking chat? How
Banned.
about that? Ban.
Drop the ban hammer on these pussies.
Stop reading it.
Yeah, we do have.
Stop
we
reading
do have
it.
it. Well, I mean, they're flying
They're
in.
getting your goat.
Unless they want to do
Sass.
it. What if they want to do a Q&A?
They're
No.
getting your goat.
Don't read this.
Don't read it. You're having your goat taken.
All right, we are here from HQ4. Welcome back, fellas.
I
got my slippers on.
Fourth quarter.
I got my slippers on today because Francis played a nasty prank on me, where he decided to shut my heat off.
At the end of the last
He decided
episode.
to
Like I was Israel.
shut my heat off. All right.
Yes. Yes.
He
Yes.
decided to shut my heat off and not tell me. So the last 2 days, I've been like, something's wrong with my radiator.
Well, you got to stop telling me that hospital is actually just a hospital. Once you admit that there's a labyrinth of tunnels underneath, I will give you heat back.
But I honestly think I'm going to keep wearing the slippers, because then people can't be like, look at those nasty socks.
Well, your socks actually are nasty. I've been wearing my best socks, and I still get chastised for having nasty
No,
socks.
I put on my best socks today.
Oh,
I went in and I got, no, they still look dirty, because they always look dirty.
That's
If you got
what-
white socks, they're never going to look clean.
You often wear mismatching socks. I think that's really unbecoming.
Yes.
but
Yes, you do.
like, these look dirty. They're not dirty. These are fresh out of the wash.
We should do a 3-way Secret Santa White Christmas where we all just get each other packs of socks to wear on the show.
I know.
Such a good gift.
Socks and ties.
I went to Dick's on Black Friday, and there was just a group of high school dudes all buying like 70 pairs of Nike socks. I actually thought about hopping in on that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Black
Smart.
or white?
White, obviously.
I agree, but some dudes...
Some dudes swear by the black sock.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
It's actually disgusting.
I know.
I don't
Not
know
a
what you
fan.
can wear them with.
Not a fan of the black sock.
Like, can you wear it with like like black chucks, or what's
I
the...
think you got to wear it with pants. You can't wear black socks and like sneakers. That's crazy.
I just don't know what... Because last week I wore
on my
Bombas.
pasty shins.
Like what would be good socks that would like make people be like, oh, those are nice? Dress socks? Because dress socks are nasty themselves. They're like flimsy, fucking
Super
weird
thin.
pattern, thin.
They're the
Yeah.
pantyhose of socks.
Yeah, you like a bank robber wear a dress sock over his face to fucking rob a bank. What is that?
What is
Dog
that
whistle.
hissing? It's the radiator.
Is it?
Yeah, because now it's all backed up and it's working overtime. It's trying to catch up for fucking missed time. Dude, I was playing Fortnite last night, and I was sitting there and I was having to, in between games, I was having to rub my feet like they were, like it was like I was trying to make a fire to
I'm
warm them
surprised you
up.
didn't have a barrel in here with like old newspapers crackling inside of it. I watched Francis do it last time too.
Oh, it's getting louder. They can't hear it though. They can only hear what we're directly saying. There's
I
no
turned it
background
off
noise.
because the last time we were here, which was 2 days ago, it was so fucking hot, and the air that comes out of there is the driest, hottest steam heat. It's the nosebleed inducing heat. And I
best.
said I can't handle it. It's too hot. So you said don't touch it, and then I had to touch it because you told me you couldn't actually turn it off. So
And then you said that it was on yesterday when he went to go turn it back on. Or you said it was on earlier today.
I don't think you have any sense of whether or not your heat is actually on or
I
not.
had a feeling, dude. You showed up here and I was like, it's fucking freezing. And then I was pacing around trying to figure it out. And then I went in my room and got my slippers. And then finally, Francis was like, it's off. I turned it off.
Yeah, you're
That's
welcome.
a wild thing to do. Just turn off someone's heat when it's
You
30 degrees
are
outside.
Welcome. It's also pretty mild in here, and you would feel fine if you went outside every once in a while.
But that's not what I'm not. I'm not going to try and warm up by going outside and freezing and then coming in here and being like, okay, this is manageable.
I think you should go outside to just get a little fresh air, get a little
Blood
kind
flow.
of exactly.
I was going to go outside, but I had to sit here. I had to set this thing up.
All day.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a long process, dude. I did like 5 test streams, and I had to sit here and talk into each mic individually and make sure they all work.
They say when you're trapped in like cold water, or like if you're in the Titanic or something, best thing to do is piss on each other
Oh, that makes sense.
for
What?
warmth.
For
Really?
grab your balls. It's got to be grab your balls. Has to
Making
be up there.
yourself wet doesn't make you colder ultimately.
No, once you're in the water,
Oh.
you're supposed to piss on each other. But I thought that, I mean, if it got really cold, I thought maybe we could try it.
Just pissing on each other.
I don't know.
I don't know if YouTube would like that.
If our backs were to the camera and it was ambiguous, and then suddenly we were just drenched with a yellow liquid, I think there's enough plausible deniability baked in there.
I got to get this chat out of here because it's fucking with me.
What are you
Stop reading
seeing?
it.
This person said, "Why is the sound in Spanish?" And for a brief moment, I was like, "Fuck."
Por favor, manténganse alejados de las puertas.
Literally,
That's a
for a
funny
brief
comment.
moment, I was like, "Shit."
That's a funny.
Sasquatch.
We put it on. We put it in Spanish. There's no way to get rid of it.
Ellis.
I'm finally warming up though. My hands are frigid. Ooh.
Yeah, I could see all of your veins like a fucking Marauders map.
Hey, can I give you guys a quick follow up to the bestiality conversation we had on Monday?
Yes, of course.
So
Which I thought was delightful.
I thought that was really fun. We had
Why?
to
Why?
we bring our English setter, our Ruby, to a groomer in where we live, Roan, nearby, and he kind of does it like under the table. He only
fucking the
accepts
dogs.
cash. He's known more as the proprietor of a dog like food and toy stores, like an actual pet store. But in the back, he's got this room that is dim and has a door with like only the tiniest keyhole window seeing through it. And I bring Ruby there and she is terrified. She does not like it.
I'm picturing the basement in Pulp Fiction where they're
Yeah.
like sexually assaulting.
That's
Yeah, where
That's
they
good
keep
comp.
the gimp.
That's
Yeah.
a good comp. And she hates this guy so much that she doesn't even like to go on the street. Like she can't go within 100 yards of this place. But he's the only guy that does it, and he does a really good job. He's really, really meticulous. He has got all kinds. He uses like a vacuum cleaner. I don't know what that's for. He has to express her anal glands. She gets these tiny sacs of fluid near her
Yeah,
butt.
fish smell. FS.
You know it.
Yeah.
And he does it, and he does because we find it so gross.
Have you dealt with that yet?
I haven't dealt, but I'm aware that it
It is the
can
worst
happen.
smelling thing.
It's bad.
It's like
on
a
Earth.
boil.
It smells. Oh, it can make me throw up
These
right now
tiny
thinking about
sacs,
it.
and
Yeah.
you have to squeeze them, and they actually secrete liquid. It's very gross.
Yeah.
And then
That's gross.
FS.
he does all kinds of stuff. But you bring the dog in, and he's got a couple other dogs, and they're chained to a table, and he's wearing scrubs. He's dressed in scrubs. And I said, "Hey, I'm a little early. Can I leave her here with you?" And he goes, "No problem. I got her." And he goes, "Are you picking her up?" And I was like, "No, my wife is." And he was like, "Okay, do you have the cash?" And I was like, "Here you go." And I gave him the cash, and then I left. And if ever there was a person who was probably,
Fucking the dogs.
yeah,
No,
You need to
no
do-
beating around this bush.
You need to do an
That's
Eddie
it.
from Surviving Barstool and leave your phone in there recording.
Yeah.
Like leave it in your pocket
that
or
would be
something like
brutal.
that, and then just at least get a listen to. You like that? Let's try doggy style.
say that again. Say it again.
Oh man, that is so nasty.
Let me express you.
Oh, God.
That is disturbing.
So that's
why would he have to
troubling.
do? Why would he have to do this under the table? Unless he's doing something
he
nefarious.
probably lost his license years ago.
Yeah, he probably is on a checklist somewhere. He probably has to go around the neighborhood knocking on people's doors saying that he was expressing anal glands with his pencil dick. There's probably some nasty things
That's
going
so
on.
nasty.
To me,
dude. The anal
he's
glands are
probably-
so gross.
He's probably like one of those pill mill doctors in the Rust Belt of America who
Yeah.
was actually quite adept as a doctor. but then was prescribing Oxycontin so frequently that he had his license removed, but secretly he's actually still a great doctor. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he's a good guy for
But
sure.
he's lost his license.
Yeah.
His reputation is tarnished.
I think that's fair. I think that some of those guys are probably brilliant doctors, and
That's it.
Geniuses.
And
The
some
best.
people advocate for a very little pain medicine, and some people are like, "Hey, you need a little bit more pain medicine." Where there's a fuzzy line.
Well, there's an epidemic on pain in this country, and that's why we're introducing the Oxy 80s. Have you ever seen
The new
Dopesick?
200s. Yeah, of course.
It's a great show.
It is. It's pretty freaky, dude.
We're
pretty
introducing the Oxy 3000.
Yeah, they call them Oxy coffins.
Do you know Maine, where I'm from,
Yeah.
was like ground 2,
Yeah.
ground 1.
Yeah, so it's same with
There's-
Massachusetts.
If
Actually,
West
Maine was
Virginia
probably, yeah.
is ground 0,
Yeah.
then Maine was ground 1. Do they do that? Do they do subsequent grounds
I don't think so.
to
Like
ground
code
0?
red, code blue.
And why would they do ground 0 instead of ground 1?
I think people just like to say ground zero
Like
because it
ground-
sounds cool.
But doesn't that mean? Wouldn't you think that means it hasn't started yet? And ground 0 is where it started.
Yeah, what's the etymology of ground zero? Where does that come from? Let's look it up.
Peculiar. Do you know how that in Europe and I think England, the first floor is the second floor to us?
You know,
no,
that's
I didn't know that.
the part of the ground situated.
So
That makes more
their
sense, though.
ground floor is
Zero.
0.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
And then when we hit 2,
Yeah,
that to them, I think,
would be
is 3.
1. I don't know. No, it would be 1.
so it comes from
I may have this
Hiroshima.
wrong, but it's something. It's one floor off. There's a disparate
Because
kind of
they walk in, they're on ground 0. That makes sense. That's what it should be.
right,
And
and,
then they
we're
go
on floor
up,
1,
And then they go up, and now they're on floor 1.
they're on
Yes,
floor
that
1.
makes perfect sense.
So we're always one ahead of them.
Yes,
I see.
Yeah,
in everything,
it doesn't really give
not
a
just the floors, brother.
Point is, Maine is ground 1 of the opioid epidemic. And do you remember from Dopesick that it was because
The governor of Maine, or what was it? Who was the guy from Maine? He was like working with what's it called?
that may have been it?
Yeah.
But also because they were targeting places where workers were working
Yeah.
in high accident sites. So
Yeah.
loggers, construction people, and there's a lot of logging in Maine, guys getting trapped
Yeah.
under logs. You ever do any logging?
No, obviously not. But there was, no, that's what it was. It was like the governor or something of Maine came out against Purdue, and then like a month later he was working with Purdue.
Oh,
Like
Jesus.
they signed like a contract with him to work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
pretty
can't-
fucked up.
Yeah, I can't blame him though.
Yeah.
$200 million or a bunch of other people dying.
200 million every day. Yeah.
You have to take the 200 million. A lot of buildings don't have a floor 13 because they used to think it was unlucky,
I know.
right.
A lot of hotels.
or like old hotels. But
Yeah.
then the Italians think of 13 as a lucky number, not unlucky.
Very interesting.
And it's also lucky to get shit on by a bird,
That is
heard
very
that.
interesting.
or lucky to have a bad weather on your wedding day.
Those are all. It's so funny thinking about how those things became a thing.
that
It was definitely
Alanis
like some
Morissette
dude
song?
just got shit on by a bird, and then like he got laid that night, and he was like, "I'm gonna start getting shitting on birds every day because this is a good luck
Keeping
thing."
a pigeon in his
Yeah.
Just
bedside table,
laying underneath a pigeon.
squeezing it out like toothpaste.
Yeah.
He won the lottery and like fucked the girl of his dreams.
Yeah. And he's
wait
like,
a second.
Well, I guess I'm gonna walk around covered in bird feces all day.
It must have been because of the bird. It must have been specifically because of that. The wedding thing where it's like good luck if your wedding day is rainy is just the biggest cope of all
Oh,
time.
100%.
Yeah, that's a cope.
Yeah. They're
That's a
like, well, I
cope.
guess maybe
That's
we
what they
won't get
told him.
divorced down the road.
Bro, I don't know if I can handle this high-pitched whistle that's coming out of your radiator. I think we're gonna have to shut that off again.
I feel like you're at an age where you shouldn't even be able to hear that. But seriously, I'm surprised you can hear that.
That is funny, but I can hear it like death.
You can turn it off if you
Or
want.
do it
We'll
more
just
open so
fucking
it just turns
freeze to
into
death.
so like
Don't move any of those wires around, though. They are very important, very crucial to this
now it's changing
podcast.
pitch. We're going at 432 hertz right there.
Now they're probably picking it up on the microphones.
It's totally open now.
You opened it completely. You can turn it all the way off if that's going to help you.
Well, it's not getting any better.
That's an impossible sound.
It's probably going to take a little bit for it to stop because now it's cooking. It's not just like an instant on and off switch. It's a fucking...
There it goes.
There we go.
There it goes.
Now it's off.
All right, that's good. That's good. Oh my God, what a relief.
Immediately.
I'm pretty sensitive to
That's
sound.
good work.
Yeah.
Like noise pollution, if there's two like sounds going on, or if someone's like playing their phone loudly next to me and I'm like watching something on TV, or if someone's playing music at the beach or at a bar and there's like other music being played, I start to turn insane.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit autistic.
Noise sensitive.
Yeah.
It's a tiny bit autistic.
Dude, Ron, yesterday, I was doing the bracket and we were piping in with Nick and KB and Che in Chicago. And Brandon Marshall, the receiver from the Jets, just hopped on with them.
Is he the current receiver?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I played years ago, but he was incredible.
He had like
Yeah.
20 catches in the game or some shit. I think he has like the
Super
record
good.
for the most catches in a single game.
Yeah, he's had some monster games.
Interesting.
And he came on and he was excited and he was such a cool guy. He was wearing a Chicago Blackhawks jersey and very, very baggy leather pants, the type of pants you would wear to school if you wanted to conceal weapons.
But that's
was
a
my
big
first
fashion
thought.
thing now. Like trench coats are big.
These were
The good old
pants.
duster.
It's the type of thing. There was once a PSA that we watched, I think, on like school violence where they showed a guy wearing an outfit and pants, very baggy pants, and they
There
were
were
like,
signs.
"You think he's a normal guy?"
Yeah,
and he
little
starts
did you
pulling
know.
out guns, and he had like 50 fucking guns.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, nobody can walk with a shotgun down their pant leg. Certainly, someone would have been like, "Dude, is that your dick?"
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, it is.
That's my 12 gauge.
Anyway,
I think that school shooter looking gear is as popular as it has been, as it ever has been, which makes you think that if school shooters had only been born 30 years later, they would have been the cool kids dressing exactly the same.
Yep.
We could have saved a bunch of lives.
oh, that's
100%.
an interesting thought.
could have gotten ahead of it.
Those photos of like the football players walking into the game, they've all got on school shooter fits. Stephon Diggs every single week.
Yes, it's like Columbine
Yeah.
chic.
Yeah. 100%.
Which I
It
think,
truly is.
and now the guys who are wearing like Letterman
Yeah. Oh, Letterman jackets now are way scarier.
What about does this mean that you think that when skinny jeans are in fashion, school shootings happen at a lower occurrence?
I think there could be something to that, because where are you putting the gun?
the
Exactly.
tighter the clothing,
Where are you concealing?
the less likely someone is to bring a weapon to school.
Yes.
Where
100%.
Where
Yeah.
can you put it? Or even if you are concealing, are you going to have a mag with a banana clip? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
oh God, the fucking gun nuts are going to get us for that. Fuck.
What?
If I say one wrong word about a gun, people are going to be like, he fucking thinks.
Yeah. Please do not talk about guns on this podcast if you do not know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What'd you
People
say?
li-
A banana clip?
I said a mag with a banana clip.
Oh, brother. The banana clip is the mag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, is that
Shame.
right?
That's why I caught myself.
Shame this man.
That's why I caught
Shame.
myself. Are we getting super follow?
We just got a donation.
We got a donation, Mayo
or Miracle Whip.
They're gonna take that back once they hear my fucking banana clip. And
I've
obviously,
said that. I've had a couple bad ones. My favorite clip is definitely the drums, titty mags.
we can't even talk about this anymore.
Why?
It is fun to look because people will get on our ass.
I know they
I don't
will.
know. I don't know guns.
You can't let them get to us.
But here, let me finish this thought.
Okay, we'll answer that after you finish the thought.
Are
Mayo
we
or
doing this? We're
Miracle Whip?
taking questions now.
you had a
That's why we're
question?
live.
Oh, then go ahead. Yeah. I
They're
don't
giving
need
us
to.
money. Finish the thought.
Brandon Marshall sat down. He started asking who we were on our side. I was silent. I wasn't talking. Marty Mush said he was a huge fan of Brandon Marshall and made some
Isn't
quip.
Marty Mush a Giants fan?
I don't know. But
Frauds.
he said you were one of my favorite receivers, and it makes me feel old to see that you're retired. We were talking about how athletes make you. The subject of the bracket was like things that make you feel old, and it was seeing that an athlete who is in its prime is like 6 years younger than you are, even though they're the MVP of the league. Like, how could this person be accomplishing that much?
A 12-year veteran is like younger than you.
So much younger than I am. And so him saying this to Brandon Marshall made Brandon Marshall not like Marty right off the bat. And he gave Marty a bunch of shit, which was very funny. I'm not sure if this bracket episode is out yet, but as soon as it comes out, it's really worth a watch. It's quite funny. And he kind of goes around and I'm silent. And he gets to me and he's like, what's this guy's deal? Tell me about this guy. And they were like, "Oh, how much time do you have?" You know, and they were like, "What's your story?" And I was like, "Well, blah blah." And he was like, "Did you get fired?" Because they were kind of hinting at that. And I was like, "Yeah." So I tried to tell the story as quickly as I possibly could. And then he was like, "No, that's crazy."
So 2 hours later.
Yeah. I really did it fast, out of character. I did it very quickly.
Zing.
And he liked the story so much that he kept saying, "I really like this guy. I like this guy, Francis."
Yeah.
And he was really gassing me up and was so fond of me. He was quite taken with me. That's what I said.
So we have a kinship with this guy?
He then asked Nick to take his phone number and then put the three of us on a group chat.
Interesting.
Still no text from Brandon Marshall. But I was so I was so in favor with Brandon Marshall that it made me think this must be what it feels like to be Roan, where you are so well liked and accepted by the black community.
Oh, that's true.
Wow.
That was the thought I had, because I've never had that before.
You're like Jack Harlow.
Yeah, dude, wow. I'm basically Jack Harlow. I didn't know where that was going to go.
That's where that was going.
That's very nice of you to...
I thought I've stepped into Roan's shoes for a little bit here.
I don't think the black community
Touch on that.
likes me as a monolith.
They hate you.
I think
You're their leader.
They either like you or they don't like you.
I'm like Joe Biden. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. If you don't like Roan, you ain't black. No, I don't know. I like Brandon Marshall, but I think he's bipolar. I think he's very open with his bipolarness. So he might like you today.
Oh, you're going to take this from me, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what? That actually makes sense. I bet he was having an episode. I think he was having an episode
You're going to rug me? You're going to rug me for this?
No, I don't want to rug you.
He was having a mental break.
You're going to rug my Brandon Marshall cred?
No,
That's
I think
what
we
it
should
has
have
to
let's have
be.
him on this show. I think we should have him back around because he had a podcast with a bunch of other athletes, Fred Taylor, Channing Crowder, maybe Ryan Clark, and they had a thing going, I Am Athlete, and he invited them to all invest in the company together, and they never did. He paid for it all out of his pocket. They were super unappreciative, and then they had a massive falling out. And he only he basically told the story to Cam Newton. And I think that's why he and Cam Newton are doing stuff together now.
They're boys.
I think that they're boys now, but he had a massive falling out with all of his old bros. So I think that maybe if we step into like Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, Ryan Clark's shoes, I feel like we could be Brandon Marshall's new crew now. If you play your cards right, if you're in as tight as you say we are, I think that we could play it.
The problem is, Roan, I'm a ticking time bomb. Okay.
But it sounds like he is too, though.
The less I say around black people, the better off I am. And if we were to start some kind of a podcast thing with Brandon Marshall, it's only a matter of time before I misstep.
You think? What are you going to say?
Just say that I like the wrong, I guess, spread on a sandwich.
Yeah.
That brings us to Mayo or Miracle.
Yeah.
That brings us right back to Mayo or Miracle Whip. What
Reveal
is
something
Miracle
he
Whip?
doesn't like. I don't know.
Don't be down on
I
yourself.
thought Miracle Whip was whipped cream.
No, Miracle Whip is you're thinking of Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Yes. What is Miracle Whip?
I had the exact same thought you did.
You thought it was whipped cream as well?
I think it's egg-free mayonnaise. Or something like that. It's like mayonnaise.
Healthier.
It's a healthier mayonnaise, and it tastes significantly worse.
Yeah, definitely Mayo. I love Mayo.
Hellman's?
I might actually get a chicken cutlet after this with a little mayo on
Hellman's
it.
mayonnaise?
That does sound nice.
Yeah.
I'm a mayonnaise for the record, but I think that we should. There's only one way to settle.
There was one more question that we didn't get to.
Scroll up.
If you guys want to take this one.
Silves or Dave?
Oh, Lord.
I gotta go, Dave.
They paid us for that?
Yeah, $2. So,
answer
if you guys want to
Silves
betray
or
the fan
Dave?
base and not answer that.
No, I answered.
You
guys
answered?
didn't answer.
Dave?
You guys, your silence is deafening, both of you guys.
Right now, I feel like we're on as nervous as I would be on a podcast with
I got
Brandon
no dog
Marshall.
in the fight.
You have no dog in the fight?
No dog in the fight.
What?
Now, obviously, Prez. So take a fucking bullet for that guy any day of the week.
Dude, what the fuck?
Hell
Most
yeah.
honest guy I know.
Almost honest guy I know.
What's your answer, Francis?
Yeah, it's Dave. It's Dave in a heartbeat.
You told me Sills before you got when
I
we were,
never
when
said
we were
that.
off camera.
Don't you dog me like that.
We had a whole pro con list up before we went live.
Bro, I
Whiteboard.
unfollowed.
Because it was closer than you.
I unfollowed and I immediately cleaned house as soon as that went the other way.
Yeah, it's that's so fucking unfortunate. It breaks my fucking heart when that kind of shit happens. But it's part of the game. No bueno. And what was the other one? There was another one up on there. If people give us literally $1, we'll talk about anything that you want.
Still waiting on my Indy rain check.
Oh, so what? You went to Indianapolis? And,
No, I was supposed to go to Indianapolis, and then I got booked on Skankfest, so I canceled Indianapolis.
Who's that? Boston Connor? Who's saying that? Tactical Digs?
That is Tishinoto 145.
A Japanese bro?
Yes, Tishinoto.
That guy's definitely Silves.
Did you see that?
Still waiting on my Indy check. Oh.
You're racist, bro.
How's that racist?
Because you just made a caricature of a fucking very respectable people.
Tishinoto.
You othered.
You other Tishinotu.
You're racist.
That's a no to in my book, brother.
Bro.
You ever been to Japan?
I am dying to go.
That's the next
I'm sure
one
you
I
guys will
want to
both
go
go
to.
there on the same time frame.
You want to come with us?
It's just a matter of who goes first. Francis will book a trip, and then you'll book a trip a week later.
I think Roan has surpassed me as a traveler.
No, I don't think that's true at all. I think that we're almost in lockstep. You go to Dominican, I go to Dominican. You
I
go to
went
France,
after you did. That's
but
my
you
point.
go to France, I go to France.
I am now following in your footsteps.
So where should we go next?
I want you to go to Japan, make sure it's safe, and then come back and tell me I can go.
We'll take a day off in Kyoto like we're goddamn Phoebe Bridgers.
God damn, Phoebe Bridgers. You guys get your Spotify Wrapped? What are we looking at?
My shit is. I listened
My
to like
shit sucks.
15 minutes of music this year.
Yeah, me too.
It was
My shit was
embarrassing.
bad.
I
Yeah.
listened to so little music.
I don't think I got mine yet. Is it out?
Yeah, I don't think it's like they send it to people individually. I think it kind of all just comes to.
No, I know
I
in the
think
mail
mine's
like a
on the
college
way.
application letter.
Mine must be coming tomorrow.
Mine's on the way, bro.
I got Geechee Gotti or Easy the Block. Easily Geechee Gotti.
I don't know who either of those people
Geechee
are.
smoked Easy the Block Captain, and Easy the Block Captain wants smoke, and he can get it anytime he wants. We do it at the crib. But
whoa, wait, what? I don't know what just happened
Was that
there.
Japanese? I didn't know you spoke it.
See,
dude.
Roan's got a little bipolar in him as well. Half
but
black, half white.
my number.
What was that though? Did you just tell him to come to my crib? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, call that off. Because I do not want any of the smoke, especially not at HQ4.
No, we have Geechee Gotti. Geechee Gotti will be on our side.
That would be hilarious.
Wait,
If the
top.
next,
Missed.
that would be hilarious if next time we go live, there's just bullet holes all over the wall behind us.
Yeah, actually, we invited Smoke to the wrong crib.
Did Smoke spin the block? Question mark. Smoke spinned the block
Did
on
Smoke
a Barstool
slide?
podcast. That would be like on a Snapchat news thing.
Did Easy the Block Captain slide on Lil Sass?
Easy the Block did a spin of the block at HQ4 Barstool podcast.
Holy shit.
And then it's just a thumbnail of us just like,
To me, you guys are doing that thing where that girl does the emoji thing. That's what this sounds like to me.
Oh, yum yum.
Ice cream, yum yum.
oh yeah, because you don't know spin the block, bro.
Or
You don't even know
NPC.
Herd. Obviously, you don't know spin the block.
I choose not to know these
Check your
things.
Spotify rap right now.
It's best. It's best that you don't know spin the block.
See what your song of the year is, because people think that from all this talk that I'm going to be a big rap guy. My number one listened to song was "Last Night We Let the Liquor."
So lame, dude. My
What?
number
Wait,
one
what?
song was mortifying.
What was it?
So I only have I fly a lot, and I only really listen to music when I'm flying now. And the only album I have downloaded is that one Bon Iver album,
Which one?
the one with the woods. We're
Is
gonna
it
get
like
copyrighted.
"Hey Ma"? Hey
No, the
Ma.
one is it For Emma?
Is it?
No, but my top song was Restacks.
I played 3,000
Song
songs.
came out like over a decade
Is
ago.
that few or many?
That's very few.
3,000 songs. I might have played less than you, bro. Honestly.
There was
Really?
one that really connected. Guts by Augustine.
Happy by Dixie D'Amelio. That's crazy. Francis's top artist of the year was Dixie D'Amelio.
That's love, though.
That's love.
That's not right.
If you go all the way to the end, they'll
Yeah,
give
just
you
skip
like
all the way to the end.
They'll give you like a full list of your top songs and top artists.
Someone said
Obviously,
it's
my-
pronounced Bon Iver.
Oh, I couldn't get enough of Pussy and Millions. Feat Travis Scott.
Oh man, you do throw me as a guy who listens to a lot of Pussy and Millions.
Number one, Drake.
Same, dude.
Really?
Number one was
You just said I don't listen to rap. If people saw my fucking
my number one song was Last Night, and my number one artist was Drake.
My number 2
Copy.
was Kendrick Lamar. I'm proud of that.
You guys listen to a lot of hip hop.
Francis, you and Brandon Marshall have more in common than you think.
wonder
Yeah, this
he
is the
liked
podcast
me.
of brotherly love.
Number 3 is Augustine. I like that band, Augustine. They're good.
Drake probably is the number 1 on the most people's.
4 is Empire of the Sun. 5 is Jack Harlow. Yeah, there you go.
And what are your top songs? If you skip over, it'll say what your number 1 songs are.
Well, that was fun.
I think Lizzie McAlpine was one of my top ones, which is basically having Dixie D'Amelio be yours.
Guts, The Ship, Prom, Beacon, Take a Minute.
You only listen to 18,000 minutes. That's not that low, but it's not that much either.
Shout out to anybody whose top podcast was Son of a Boy Dad.
Oh yeah, true. Preach. All right.
What was your podcast? What was your top podcast that you listened to?
American History, the Civil War.
Damn, mine was Pat Bev. I listened to 300,000 minutes of Pat Bev this year.
That's every episode 10 times.
Yeah, I repeat them. I just have them on it like somewhere in the house at all times. I don't even have the volume up.
You're super dedicated.
But I'm just supporting you.
You're supporting the brand.
That's how much I like to support.
Subscribe to the brand.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask another question.
Wait, but before we get to that, make sure you guys subscribe because we're like 400 subscribers away from 100K.
Yeah, we love that. If you would
If we could hit 100K on this stream, that would be fucking awesome.
On the stream. If you're listening and you're watching right now, just hit subscribe. It would be awesome to get that plaque.
Yeah, it would honestly give us something to put on the wall.
Yeah, that's
Throw
what
it
we're
up
waiting
here.
for, to put something on. Also, let's hit an ad. Let's hit an ad real quick because we're 30 minutes in. Let's talk about
I guess we wouldn't do key bumps off
Rent
of the
app.
plaque.
Maybe just a couple.
Start the ad again because I was doing
No, we just started the ad. We'll talk about.
just start it over so it's separate from my drug talk.
All right, let's talk about Rent app.
Rent app. The perfect app for doing cocaine.
Oh, come on now.
I shouldn't have said it.
Now we're
It's
gonna
live.
lose. Now we're gonna lose our.
God damn it.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
I couldn't help myself.
All right, we'll pull it down and then we'll go back to it.
All right.
Last night.
Take that shit down.
All right, let's talk about Rent app. Rent app is teaming up with Barstool HQ to give one of our producers a free month of rent.
Oh, you got to hit up Kelly Keegs for this.
Tune in to the NYC office-wide campaign led by Kelly Keegs on Barstool Radio for all talent to pitch why their producer deserves free rent. Paying rent, it's something we all have to do, and let's be honest, it can be a bit of a hassle. What if there was a way to make it all easier, more straightforward, and even beneficial for your financial future?
Let me describe what Rent app is real quick. Rent app is essentially you and your landlord get on the same page
you can't
via
even be
one
associated
app.
with the brand anymore.
Via one app that doesn't charge you anything and it doesn't charge your landlord anything, and you can seamlessly make payments on that app, and then it kind of launches you into this like good credit because they can automatically submit your on-time payments to 3 credit bureaus. It is one of the coolest and most simple apps that honestly I could use, because a lot of times you have to write checks, you have to bring a stack of cash to some seedy location.
Yeah, it's annoying.
A bunch of black market bunk is involved, which I personally don't like. That's why Rent app is
I'm
just
so
making
sick
it.
of the black market bunk.
Rent app just makes it so much easier, and that means a producer is going to get free rent. Lil Sass produces this show, so if he gets right with our Presidente Kelly Keegs, then maybe you could get a free month's rent right here.
Totally. So why wait? Head to rent.app /Barstool for $50 off your first rent payment and download Rent app in the App Store today. Head to Rent app.
Jinx.
Rent.app /Barstool. Rent.app /Barstool. $50 off your first rent payment.
Awesome. Now back to the show.
Good reading. Here's what I wanted to ask. So, do you guys think about dying a lot?
No.
Come on. At all?
Way more than I'd like to.
I think about dying in Fortnite constantly. I'm big on Fortnite right now, and I only got 2 more days to play it.
Well, here's what I was wondering. Do you think that, so there's like, when people react to someone's death, there's tiers of it.
Yes.
It's like, that was unfortunate.
The 5 stages of grief.
It was unfortunate. Or it's like, this person died, and it's like, well, that was a blessing. Maybe because they were terminally ill, they were in pain, or they were just a horrible person for the world.
Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
Or it depends on if you're on TikTok. Maybe you love him.
Osama bin Laden died, it was like
right
we
now.
got him. There was celebration to that. That was patriotic. That's celebrating that someone died. is the far end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, but that's big on Twitter right now. Like if a politician dies, people go nuts for that.
Okay, well then on the other end of the
post
spectrum,
the dancing crabs. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, rotten piss and the dancing crabs.
It's actually very funny. You could post that for anybody, and it would make you laugh. It could be like a close relative, and someone could post the fucking crabs dancing, and you'd be like, all right, that's a little funny.
She would have loved this. She would have appreciated this. Okay, what's your thought? What?
Oh.
What?
He was playing with an ad that we don't have.
Okay, sorry.
Jesus Christ, Chaz. Rolling with the iron fist over here.
Bro,
Don't show your phone.
Trying to get our money up right now.
Well, then why don't we get this unsponsored drink out of the way?
Whoa.
This unsponsored empty can out of the way
That's
that you're
fine
just
by
giving
me.
a free ad for no reason.
Well, obviously, I'm going to give free ads to LaCroix. I want that sponsorship.
Francis, continue with your macabre thought.
The question is, what determines whether someone's death is classified as a tragedy, or a bummer? Like it was a bummer, right? So is it because of the life they led, or is it because of the way they died? Like if I died tomorrow, I don't think people would say it's a tragedy. I think people would say it's a bummer. That was a bummer.
No, it would definitely be a tragedy. It depends on how you die.
Tragedy.
So what in this hypothetical? How did you die?
That's the answer that I'm asking.
Yes,
that's
you're
exactly
right.
the answer that I'm asking.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not about the life I lived. It's about the way I died.
Yeah, if you had a heart attack, it would be like, fuck, that sucks.
But sometimes,
we're back. It's Son of a Boy Dad. Yeah.
So do you think that even a person who's been horrible in life can die in such a way as to be classified as a tragedy? Like if they were a nightmare their whole life, but they saved an entire busload of children from tumbling off a cliff and sacrificed their life in the process, that's a tragedy. Have they redeemed themselves?
I think that's redemption. I feel like there's like a movie about that or something. Someone who lives is it like Crash or something like that? Isn't it in the movie Crash? Like, doesn't someone do something terrible, but then right at the end they try to save someone? They save someone, or
is it Will Smith 7 Sins or something? Like the
I
one
thought
where
in Crash, he said a police officer is handsy with a woman, and then there's a crash, and he drags her out.
He drags her out. That's true.
And so he's kind of redeemed himself.
He is, yeah.
It's like a way to if you sexually assaulted someone, that's kind of the best case scenario. Is basically what the movie was saying.
And he was racist too for his whole life, but they give him redeeming things too, like he helps his old father.
Oh, you know what? That happens in that movie. What is it? 3 Billboards by
Ebbing.
By Ebbing. Yeah, that the cop, he saves the file or something before he dies in the fire, right?
Redemption is what we're talking about.
Yeah, he redeemed himself.
But I think that there's also something different that and I don't want to sound insensitive with this, but I think sometimes if someone's overdosing or someone dies from a party drug or something like that, it's a little less tragic because they were just trying to have a blast.
Party drug, tragic.
Really?
Heroin, bummer.
That's what I'm considering heroin as a party drug.
I do not think heroin is a party drug.
Really?
I don't think people are going out to clubs being like, let's shoot up real quick. Then they get there and they're just zombies.
If someone
took a Molly, if someone popped a Molly and it had a little bit of fentanyl in it, tragic.
And they died, you're saying?
Yes.
But I think that at least they went out trying to party.
But that's tragic. That's oh shit, they weren't supposed to die. If you're shooting up heroin, it's that sucks.
Yeah,
they had a rough
what
life.
If you and I tried heroin for the first time tonight?
Yeah, that's a bummer. But that's because that's stupid
tragic.
of us to be doing heroin. No, not tragic at all.
You think we have just burned our entire body of work?
I think once you do heroin,
with one choice, even though it's known they'd never done it before, this was their first time.
Yes,
heroin overdose. Now we are demoted to bummer.
No, I don't even think we would get bummer or tragedy. I think if me and you, who have never even done pills,
right,
just randomly decided let's go score some H and shoot up, I think people will be like, well, they're just dumb.
We would just be dumb forever?
We would be getting clowned on Twitter.
I would be clowning you.
They would be posting the dancing crabs on us like crazy.
I would do Son of a Boy Dad alone, and me and the chat would just be fucking.
Yeah.
People can't even make mistakes anymore. That is you're talking. It's like a one strike policy.
Yep. One
Yes,
strike.
100%.
Into dumb.
Yes. We would be laughed upon. Even the heroin addicts would be like, "What the fuck were they thinking?"
Bro, we've drawn back the curtain on bestiality. We've exposed all kinds of stuff. We've done good things lately. We've been living well.
And
No, the heroin addicts would be like, "There's some good cook up on the streets. Let's find where they got their shit from."
Damn, bro.
I know. So just stay away from heroin, and you should be able to avoid that. Heard.
Heard.
I don't know. And if we're going back to Pulp Fiction, doesn't Vince Vega? He's doing just like a little bit of heroin just to go out with Marcellus Wallace's wife.
But he's snorting heroin. Big difference.
No, I thought he was banging it, and she snorts.
Snorting heroin is like ballsy. That's like, oh shit, this guy parties. Shooting heroin is like, get your act together, you piece of shit.
Oh, man.
There's someone fucking like on their couch watching Son of a Boy die. Like, yo,
if you snorting heroin is like a good party trick.
Just hurt. Their feelings are hurt as they slowly remove the syringe from their arm.
Yeah,
like I thought this was cool.
Snorting heroin is like chugging a bottle of Jameson out of a shoe, and being like, that guy is the man. That's the king of the party.
Of drug preps,
yes.
Which drug has the best like ritual?
Heroin.
You're talking
the spoon.
Tie it off with your teeth, tap the vein, boil the spoon, draw the syringe. That's the best.
Yes.
I mean, I know rolling weed is a cool because
there you go.
It's way cleaner.
There's rolling weed, rolling blunts, packing a bong. That's all fun.
Packing a bong is corny.
What about chopping up lines with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card?
There's excitement involved
on a mirror.
That's a little exciting.
With one of the Obama daughters' cards.
Yeah,
yes,
that is kind of exciting.
You get the mirror off the wall.
Here's a parallel question: what drug has the best name and what has the worst name?
Xanax has the best name by far.
No. Ecstasy.
No, Xanax.
Ecstasy?
Xanax has 3 X's in it.
I know, but ecstasy...
No, it has 2.
Xanax. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I was mixing in a third X there.
You're thinking
they should have thrown in a third X.
You're thinking of pornography.
You're thinking of Xander Cage. You're thinking of Vin Diesel movies.
I think if Xanax didn't have such a cool name, there wouldn't be nearly as strong of an... Like that, you never hear anyone that's addicted to Ativan because it's a boring name. If someone's like, here, these two things do the same thing. Do you want the Ativan or do you want the Xanax?
To Ambien, and Ambien is a boring name.
Yeah, but who gets addicted to Ambien?
People.
Old
Eminem.
people.
Eminem was addicted to Ambien, I think. I could be wrong about that.
Weed, I think, is a bad name.
That's why we call it Zaza now.
That's why there's so many names for it.
But even marijuana, bad name. Zaza, I guess, is better, but I don't think it's holds a candle to ecstasy.
Zaza, Kush, Sticky, Icky.
You know what's got a great name?
Flower.
You know what is good too and has a really good routine, I think. Never done it. Opium.
Isn't opium the one that
going to an opium den and then lying down on one of those side pillows somewhere deep in the jungles of Cambodia.
Didn't you do opium?
At Bonnaroo 08.
Yeah.
Before Les Claypool. I smoked. It was like a bowl though. It didn't feel like anything.
I think you need the whole ritual. I think you need like a soothsayer or whatever, someone to lay you down with the pipe and make sure that it's properly packed, all of that, and you need to know you're gonna have like a dream state, much like that scene in
Someone said crocodile. Have you guys ever heard of that? That's the one that makes you all scaly.
No, it doesn't make you scaly.
Yes, it does.
You're thinking of a crocodile.
No, crocodile. It makes you scaly.
No, crocodile is like it's like bath salts. It's like a Florida thing.
Ooh, that
I thought crocodile was the one that you shoot, and it's very popular in Massachusetts and Russia.
I don't think that's for me. The bath
and that's
salts.
the one that you get scaly from.
Guys, super chat us. Give us a $10 donation and explain what crocodile
I'll look it up.
is.
I'm pretty sure crocodile is the one where you get really scaly.
And I think it's just crocodile, not crocodile. I think you're adding an extra syllable, much like the
routine you could argue the routine for ecstasy is the most boring. You just take a pill. That's it.
Yeah, same with acid.
Yeah, crocodile, you get scales.
No way.
Yeah, your skin starts like eating itself.
Wait, that's probably why they call it crocodile. Magic mushroom's the coolest name.
Yeah, maybe if you're 6 years old. So you got to step up your drug game.
Those are marketed towards babies.
Brendan Cummins.
Magic
Step
mushrooms.
your shit up, bitch.
Old fucking Dr. Seuss ass.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss Ate My Life ass fucking name. Magic mushrooms. Mr. Magooby and the magic mushrooms.
The Pat Bev podcast just asked, did Roan ever try crocodile? Probably. Roan's done a lot of drugs.
Why are we so adherent to
the chat?
The chat. This is
it's
the
right
first
in front
time
of our
this
face.
has happened.
We could shut their bitch asses off.
No, I don't want to look at it either. I don't want to look at it either. But there's no really, we can't really do anything. So I got to make sure that it's running smoothly.
I think you need to stop your wandering eye.
I know,
because I've watched podcasts before where people do this.
Yeah, that's true.
Really
it
tough
sucks?
to watch.
All right, there we go. That works.
Yeah. No offense to chat.
No offense to
We
the
love you guys.
podcast where people do this,
Yeah.
like the Daily, like the New York Times, the Daily
You seem
podcast.
to be struggling with that.
Oh, it
there we
seems like
go.
I did it perfect, bitch. Don't fucking play with me.
Guys, we just had to put the remote control in front of the chat, so now we are no longer reading the chat.
But we will still talk.
Hear no evil,
Hold
see no
your
evil.
super chats. I repeat, hold your super chats.
What's on your guys' wish lists for this holiday season?
World peace.
How about
Freedom.
just some trash bags, brother?
Yeah, what about them?
You need some. You got a fucking murderer's row of LaCroix over there, like you're doing shooting practice.
Last night got crazy.
Last night we sipped some bubbly water.
Yeah, the LaCroix was flowing last night.
You must have been fucking on one.
I was gaming hard. Me and Mook and my boy Matt.
I was with you last night.
Wait.
Yeah.
You added Mook to the gaming fucking cabal?
Temporarily. Very temporarily.
But you said Pat Bev couldn't get any fucking play with you guys.
I'll be
you weren't
honest,
adding anyone else.
Mook-
and now you just added Mook.
Mook got added in as a late fourth, and
You don't
he
think that
showed
Pat
out.
Bev-
Mook is very good at Fortnite. Very surprising.
So is Pat Bev.
Something about it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I can guess what the something is, bro. I can guess what the something is. Jesus. Bro, Pat Bev, I'm
Look, dude,
sorry,
I
bro.
met with the fellas. Some of them are a little intimidated.
That's why you had
By
Mook,
his- by
who
his-
is on the like diametric opposite end of the spectrum.
I tried.
Pigment-wise.
Mook hopped on, and they were trying. He was trying to say that I'm not a redhead, not a ginger.
Because you're not.
What are you talking
Dude,
about, bro?
if you talk to Mook about who's a ginger and who isn't, obviously you're not a
Dude, just
ginger.
because
He's
he
like a
looks like a
Nigerian of
fucking-
ginger.
Yeah, Mook is the
He looks
most
like a
ginger person
Polaroid you just
on
took
Earth.
out. Brand new Polaroid. But
he's
that
a
doesn't
field ginger.
mean I'm not.
I think it does.
You're a house ginger.
I think from Mook's perspective, I can see. That's crazy. I think
I would be a field ginger.
From Mook's
'Cause
perspective,
I have actual color.
from Mook's perspective, I can see why he would say you are not a ginger.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Mook's hair matches your microphone.
Let me
That's
show
what I
you
mean.
a
He's
picture.
like he's like protective. You're like you're a mixed. You have a mix of non-ginger in your blood, and he's the product of two gingers in a lab.
Yes,
Is he? His parents are both gingers?
they have to be.
There's no other. There's no
Yeah.
other explanation.
Let me show you a
He's in
picture of
His
me
parents are
in
both
vitro.
like they look like the fucking Lorax.
in high school.
No, actually, I met his parents, and I actually don't think either of them are ginger. Believe it or not.
So he's just cursed.
Yeah.
No, he's scraped the ceiling of like how great the life can be. Who are some of the great gingers in history? Tilda Swinton,
The dude from what's it called?
Major winners.
Major
Winners,
Major
yeah.
Winners is a good one. He's been on fucking every HBO.
Prince
show.
Harry.
That can't be happening.
Yo, legend.
Who's that?
That was Bo.
I didn't know that was
Bo's
gonna.
gone?
I didn't know that was gonna show up on my fucking computer. It's annoying.
I gotta show you this picture of me from. Oh, here we go. This was me at prom in high school.
Holy shit.
What?
He's a ginger for sure. Dude, you look like fucking Heat Miser. Show that picture. Show that picture to the camera. That is crazy. You're definitely a ginger.
There was a thing
Bring
in
it
like
close to the
private
camera.
schools where dudes tried to have the craziest hair possible.
what we did.
Wait, it's not
it's not in
focusing.
focus.
It's not focusing.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Bring it
Bring it
out.
out.
Here,
It'll never focus. I tried this with my bets last time.
fuck. All right, here.
Just tweet it. Maybe tweet it out.
Oh, now it's focusing. Now it's focusing.
there it is.
That is crazy. You honestly, it's focusing how Mook focuses when I'm in the green room and you can see like the monitor of him on stage, and it's just white with just fire.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Why did your hair look like that? Why is it so long?
I just grew it out. I had
And it's
long
like-
hair for lacrosse season. I'd given up. I didn't care.
No, that's
but
because
that's the
all the
thing.
lacrosse kids have cool, luscious locks.
I wanted to have flow, and this was what it looked like.
Yeah, good thing you don't have flow anymore because that is not your look.
No.
I think it's a high school thing. I think dudes have crazy long hair in high school.
Yeah, that's true. Did you ever have to do like the high school thing where they would like buzz your hair for playoffs?
We did that, but it was like mohawks and shit.
Yeah, you had to go and get a crazy haircut.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
I think I was playing sports in high school, brother.
No, I was clearly talking to France this year.
I guess I did win 2 Catholic League championships in tennis.
Did you really?
Don't fucking play with me.
A lot of people don't know that about Roan.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back Catholic League, and this is the last time St. Joe's Prep won Catholic League championships in tennis.
Wow.
Did you rip ass?
No.
Someone farted.
I didn't either. Smell my hole.
Maybe it's your malfunctioning air system.
No, it went away as soon as I said that.
Maybe it's the fact that you actually could be having a stroke.
Don't even fucking
That's
joke.
the last thing you smell before you perish.
If I had a stroke, this podcast would fucking vanish into non-existence because you guys would be tooling around with the pod track 4, not knowing what you're doing.
Yeah, right, dude. What are you talking about? We have a studio waiting on us.
No idea what you would be doing.
You'd be so devastated because we would finally crest over 100,000 subscribers and you'd never get to see the day. We'd bring it into a new studio.
Plaque bumps.
I got to add it to my will if this podcast ends with me.
No.
There's no continuation of this podcast when
You're dying before you
I travel on.
Even think about a will.
If you had a
You wish, dude. 7 days sober.
Get your chip.
Yeah, I'm
Get
gonna.
this man a chip.
If you had
said it
a
couldn't be
stroke,
done.
is that tragedy?
Yes, any way I die is a tragedy. Obviously,
No. You just
What if
said
it's really stupid?
like shooting heroin once. Yeah.
No. Well, actually, what if it's something that's really incriminating? Like, what if you get
you fuck a dog to death.
What if you fall installing shower cameras in like some high school kids
Yeah, obviously that's
bathroom?
not a tragedy, but it could be. It could be.
and you break your neck?
At my prime young age, dude, if I die, it's going to be a tragedy regardless.
How did Harry die?
They're going to be like, well, what did Francis do to him to make him go through with this?
Get the fuck out of here.
It would never be blamed on me. It'd be blamed on people
would
around
say
me.
that I could possibly
Yeah.
force you
Dude, the amount of pedophilia talk you've had in the last 2 episodes.
to install
they would be like,
GoPros.
Sass must have been held at fucking gunpoint
being
to set up
groomed.
those cameras.
I don't advocate for pedophilia. I just am curious about the disease.
You got about 2 hours of podcasting that will disease.
I'm curious about the
like
affliction.
it's the flu.
It is.
Like
It's
it's
going
the
around.
goddamn flu. He's a pedophile sympathizer.
That's why
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I got vaxxed for that exact reason. Fucking pedophilia is going around badly.
You think there's a vaccine for it that the government's just holding out on?
Probably because all the government officials are like, I love it too much. They're addicted. They would go through crazy withdrawals.
Yeah, that's the thing. They'd be like, life is just isn't as exciting
Bro,
anymore.
that'd be funny though. Imagine if they came out with a vaccine for pedophilia and then anyone who's an anti-vaxxer of that would be like, well, you're a fucking pedophile.
But if you're a pedophile, you're probably first in line.
Do you see
for
what
that
I'm saying?
vaccine.
That's a great. I mean, that's a way to close the. Or I don't know. That's a great. I don't know if it's a loophole or closing the loophole,
If
but
you-
I know what you're saying.
If you give your child this vaccine, or if you take this vaccine, it guarantees that you will not be a pedophile.
so the world would be full of
And then
autistic non pedophiles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
like,
the
well, how
vaccine.
did you calculate that tip at dinner? Clearly, you don't like children.
Do you think heroin addicts are autistic?
Oh God, no.
With the amount of needles they're putting in them?
I think Mike McDaniel's.
How is that a correlation?
Because the vaccine makes you autistic.
Yeah, but that's not. It's not the needles.
Could be.
I think Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins
head
coach,
coach?
is autistic. I was watching Hard
Obviously.
Knocks, and it's just like that dude has got to have a.
He's the best,
got
though.
it.
I love him.
He's a great.
That
yeah.
Hard Knocks is really good.
Why are you acting like it's surprising that he's the best because he's autistic?
No, I'm saying he's the best. Like he's a cool ass guy.
Isn't it crazy that he grew up with Dan Soder,
Yeah.
and then they're just like,
That's right. They text each other.
Yeah, they're good friends.
and then they're just like at such like he's like such a high functioning autist, like running like a group of like 90 like men athletes.
Yeah.
And Soder's like
A comedian.
on Rick Glassman's podcast, like stoned and shit.
Yeah. I mean, they're both very successful.
Yeah.
True, but it's just different types of success. But I guess you could see how they
That's
have
got to be
the
cool
same
to
sense
have
of
like
humor.
two of your boys in your friend group to just fucking pop off like that.
No, it's got to be infuriating
Why?
because you're like, why am I not a head coach or a fucking headlining comedian?
Yeah, true. That is
It's
true.
like I had all the same advantages as this guy,
What
and
was
I'm not even
McDaniels,
an offensive coordinator.
Was McDaniels the offensive coordinator on the Broncos before the Dolphins?
I know that he was an assistant coach for the Washington Redskins. Excuse my
really?
slur. But
Yeah.
It was him, Sean McVay. There was like 4 of them. Kyle Shanahan.
So he never coached on the Broncos. I thought I
he
read
could,
somewhere
might
that he
have.
did.
I'm not sure.
But his story is crazy, dude. I mean, he just went from he was just a fan. Like he was just a fan of football. and then was so obsessed with it that he
That's
ended
definitely
up
what Stephen Che
landing
is thinks that he could do.
Che could have done that if he was more dedicated.
If he was,
Yeah.
if he was more autistic,
Yeah.
he could have done it.
Crazy.
You just need a little bit more. You just need to ramp it up just a little bit. Well, that shit will probably put you in that direction. You don't think there's fucking microplastics and metals in that shit?
Hell no.
Guys, is this gay? What I'm doing?
Yes.
Hand
Rest
over
of my
hand.
Anytime a
like
hand
that?
is limp like that.
Is that gay?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. Have you guys been watching Surviving
comfortable.
Barstool?
I haven't. I'm waiting to catch up on it. I've just been busy these last 2 nights catching dubs in Fortnite.
Hank did something very gay.
Really?
You did?
Laid on his side with his knees on top of one another.
The fetal position.
No, but like
The way that certain mammals give birth?
Oh, not knees up though.
no,
Just
laid on
straight?
his side with his knees on top of each other like this.
How else would you do it?
Either splay your knees, throw one up, but you can't have your knees
Splay
touching.
your knees. Good word.
You can't have your knees like right on top of each other like this. Like that's
Would you
like
have known that to describe not having your legs together like that, you would want to say splay?
No.
I wouldn't have either.
No.
That is
Splay?
a testament to you having
that's
that.
single syllable shit. Well, that's just basic.
But it's not a word you'd think to use to describe what the alternative position is. That's why I like how fast you are with words.
Here's a good one, a good word, a fun word for a similar type of body position: to have your arms akimbo.
Kimbo slice?
Akimbo, like having your arms out. Like
Invisible lat syndrome?
that. Kind of, honestly.
ILS. Yeah.
Wow, that's going around. I probably have. I mean, I definitely don't have lats like that.
Yeah.
I neglect my back, which I should.
I would have known Akimbo. Just want to throw that out there.
You would have?
Yeah.
How would you know it? Where do you know it from?
Call of Duty.
Holy fuck, we're at 100,000 subscribers.
Really?
No,
Damn it.
that would have been awesome. And I literally blame the fucking. I blame the fans. I blame the people who are watching
Akimbo
right
in
now.
Call of Duty is an attachment where it's just a per attachment, but you get to hold 2 pistols instead of 1.
God damn it! Why the hell aren't you guys subscribing?
What are we at?
999 or 995.
So we haven't even gotten up to 6.
We lost followers with the death talk.
Should we do a celebratory dinner when we get to 100,000?
I would fucking love that. You and me love dinners.
I think that'd be really fun. And maybe I should treat, since you guys carried us 99.2% of the way.
No.
You know what carried us 50% of the way was that fucking 13-second video I did about a teacher on a Zoom call.
Yeah, I think you should have made more videos like that.
Why don't you do that anymore?
I don't know, because I'd rather play Fortnite.
Dave, please don't listen to this. Dave, please don't hear what he just said. Please don't hear the exact words that he just said. He does not mean, he's 100% joking. That is a big, big joke.
How many views did
Brother,
that
you
one
would know
get?
if I was joking.
How many views did that one get?
Smacking that soundboard up. It got like 2 million
Jesus.
on YouTube.
That's big.
Yeah, big time.
Now Reels, I mean, Reels could probably carry us over the finish line.
Yeah, maybe.
Some Reels, I mean, Pat Bev Pod does fucking numbies based off, or whatever, shorts alone, YouTube shorts.
Yeah, but it's probably pretty easy to have reels pop off when you have fucking like LeBron James on and Mark Cuban on your podcast.
Yeah, I
Or
forgot we had LeBron on.
Production quality of,
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
it's incredible.
Better than my actual eyesight.
If I had held up that picture of me on of my
yeah.
ginger hair on the Pat Bev
Yeah.
pod, the internet would have melted to a fucking
It would have literally
magma.
been the camera would have been looking through your phone.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing is, those cameras. What cameras are you guys
No,
using?
the really good cameras are the Chicago cameras are insane.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's where all the money's going. Well, it is.
I'm saying the truth. It's pissing me
We're
off.
using the Bedsure Get Cozy box, the Glad.
You added an
trash
extra
cans,
box.
and we added
you added a
Ziploc-
total
we added an
home
extra
You guys
box. We
at
added the-
home could see
we added the
what we
Ziploc
are
bags.
fucking how this looks in here.
There's wires. It's like when
The wire control situation here is extremely
the
frustrating.
way that the wires are across.
it's so annoying.
It's like when you're breaking into a museum and the lasers are going at like
Dude,
every
that's why
angle.
I had to quit drinking.
It's like a Vietnamese like trap, like that like ripped soldiers' ankles
Yeah.
off. There's like wires at every direction across the floor
where
here.
there isn't wires, there's mice traps.
Do you know that if you paid a TaskRabbit to come in here and sort of sort your wires, someone who is an expert in hiding wires and things like that, You'd pay what, $50, maybe $100.
There's nowhere for the wires to hide. There's nothing in here. It's a fucking box.
These people are experts. They could come in and they would make your apartment look seamless.
I think that if you also paid one of the Venezuelan women who are putting tahini on mangoes on like the
subway,
on like the subway or on 4th Ave or whatever, to come in and tidy up in here,
brother, I can tidy this place up. There's not really much to do.
Have you ever had a cleaning person come in and clean your apartment?
No, I clean myself. I got a vacuum.
What about your bathroom? You never clean that?
No, I clean that.
With spray and stuff?
Yeah.
See how we were laughing when you were telling the truth and now you're lying and it's dead silent in here?
I'm not lying. I clean my bathroom. I have to. It gets dirty. But dude, those old bathrooms, you can only really get them so clean. They're never going to look clean. They are clean, but they're never going to look it.
Why do you choose to live this way?
I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Not all of us can pay fucking $10,000 a month and
I
live
don't buy that anymore.
dirt
You're
road
doing
in
well.
Brooklyn.
I know how much you make.
I promise you I'm not.
I sell 80% of the ticket sales.
Not true at all.
Less,
Brother,
maybe
once
less.
you go to St. Louis for a weekend and you walk away with fucking an Amazon gift card, then talk to me about how much money you make.
I'm going to Toronto this weekend and I haven't sold. You sold out there the whole weekend. You had the whole thing sold.
Yeah, I made like a good amount of units, however they pay out there.
Yeah, coconuts.
Yeah, they do not pay. They trick you and they go, "This is how much money you're making," and then they're like, "But that's Canadian money."
They pay you in Canadian.
It's just a big vat of Tim Hortons coffee.
And you got to land in
Split that in
JFK
half.
and fucking go to one of those windows at the airport where they take a 40% commission.
What's the conversion rate from poutine to US dollars?
You know what's weird too, dude? In Canada, they don't have a symbol. Like they like on all when you go out to get food, there's no like dollar sign or anything. It just says like 25
CAD.
Yeah,
I don't know if
but
that's everywhere. That's not everywhere. They use the dollar symbol.
We had a running joke out there. We would just say like, "Oh, this costs 25 units," because it was never clear how much
No,
it cost.
because I think they have it's Canadian dollars. They use dollars too.
Yeah, I know
a
that.
loonie is 1. A toonie is 2. Do you know how many sides there are on the toonie?
8.
20.
That makes sense.
20-sided coin.
What do you think? That's for the blindos?
Probably.
Might be. That's a
makes
long
sense.
way to count, though.
I know, and that's like we're
like you're
really
kinda
bending over backwards for fucking.
Trolling them.
What percentage of the population is blind? Let's
Do you remember
find that out.
Do you guys
50.
remember in Ray Charles, the movie with Jamie Foxx, how they would pay him? They would pay him in $1 bills because he had to count it to know that he wasn't getting stiffed.
Oh, that's interesting.
Imagine if you had to pay a blind person in Canada in toonies and they had to feel all 20 inches of
That would suck.
Jesus, 54% of females are blind.
That can't be right.
It says it right here.
Genuinely does say that. That can't be right.
54% of blind people are female?
No, of females.
54% of all females on Earth are blind. That's crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
So it says 20 million Americans, 8% of
That's why
the
you
US
see a lot of ugly
population.
dudes getting pipe these days. Or fucking. Turns out that it's just a coin
That's
toss.
why girls don't care about like what
Yeah.
guys look like.
That's why dad bods are in right now.
Right, because girls can just like tell that you're
Yeah.
like that you're a man, something to hold on. There's like more of you to like find.
That's why they tell
They
you
can
that
feel the
if
vibrations
you
in your
have
stomach.
more money, then you'll be able to hook up with hotter women because they just take that much longer to count their toonies.
All right, let's hit this other ad. Let's talk about Twisted Tea.
Let's talk about Twisted
You have those Twisted Teas right there.
Grab one.
Got them all set up for us.
Twist me. Oh,
Twisted
yeah.
Tea. It's the original hard iced tea. Absolutely scrumptious, and no matter where you are, you're going to want some Twisted Teas. They sell them all over Philadelphia. It is a staple in the Philadelphia area.
Fuck is talking about Philly for?
Bro, this is...
Bro, we do not care about Philly.
Well, where do you drink Twisted Teas?
In New York City, where we are right now.
All right, crack one then.
I'm not cracking anything right now.
No, you're about to get cracked if you keep on talking shit on Philly.
Uh-oh.
And that's on fucking life. And
We can
that's
get
on
into
Twisted
this
Tea.
after.
Guys,
You know where I heard they got great Twisted Tea? San Francisco.
is a good time
I bet
every
Christian
time.
McCaffrey likes to throw out a good Twisted Tea here and there.
24 fluid
Brock
ounces.
Purdy.
Christian McCaffrey. San Francisco. Did you see that video of him not getting his
Getting
wife
out of
didn't
bed,
want him
yeah.
to get into the bed because he was so bloody?
And that's not even his wife. I think that's like Olivia Culpo.
Aren't they engaged or married?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
He was covered in blood? That's the kind of guys you're dealing with this week.
Bro, shut up, bro.
Jalen Hurts gets a little paper cut and he's declared he's on the injury report for a month.
We're talking about Twisted Tea, not your low tea, bro.
Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today at twistedtea.com/locations. It's a perfect drink for a hot summer day or a cool winter evening. You can enjoy it a good time every time. Twisted Tea.
It's brewed with real tea. That's one of the main things. It's just so smooth tasting.
Yeah, it's
Every
really
single
good.
sip of them is refreshing. It tastes good, and it's a little bit twisted. So it's like,
you know what's cool too about Twisted Tea?
Don't say something that's going to piss me off, because I enjoy Twisted Tea.
If you submit your own twisted photo of you just absolutely twisted at www.com, twistedtea.com. Oh, I fucked that up.
Yeah, no,
at www.twistedtea.com, and you use the hashtag #KeepItTwisted, or you tag at Twisted Tea, you could have your photo on the can. Like this dude,
Yeah,
Juan.
these guys are cool.
That is
Juan
very
from
cool.
Arizona is on the can, and he is a chipper fella.
Julia and Joey are holding up the foam hands that mean the shocker symbol.
It is important for me
Shaka.
to really
Hang
respect
loose.
Twisted Teas, because I genuinely love them.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been all these other alcoholic beverages that have come in their wake that have tried to do what Twisted Tea is, but that's why it says on the side,
You
original.
cannot replicate greatness.
They are the original Twisted iced tea, the original hard iced tea, and they're fantastic tasting.
And they're made with real brewed tea,
All right,
which is just a plus.
go to twistedtea.com/locations. Get your Twisted Tea today.
Let me hold these. I don't think you know what to do with these.
Big game this week for the Philly boys.
I went down to Philly yesterday to record. Made sure I threw in a bet, money line, Eagles, and the 3 points that we're freaking getting.
Who are you guys
Unbelievable.
playing?
What is it? Are they minus
Fran.
3?
Wow.
They're +3.
This is a
They're underdogs.
pretty tough stretch of games for Philly.
I know.
They went Kansas
Yikes.
City, Buffalo, and now
How much did
And
they
we had
pay the
Dallas
refs?
before that. And we beat all of them.
wow.
They probably got paid. Have they paid the refs yet, or is that like closer to the game type thing?
It just shows me how like new you are to football. That's your line of talking shit, because this is obviously like your maybe like 15th football game that you've watched.
All I'm saying is that the 49ers are looking strong.
You're the
And they're
kinda-
coming for blood.
You
They're
watch
coming for
football
revenge.
through like live streams on Fortnite.
You guys hurt 2 of their quarterbacks last year.
Yeah, because we're badasses.
Oh, that's just scummy play.
Because
you
we
name your
put
kid-
people in buddy bags.
If you name your kid Brock, you're expecting them to either play football or be a wrestler, right?
100%.
100%. Yeah.
There's nothing else.
There's
Maybe
no
like
other.
a
like
surfer
lay
or
brick.
a Lord of Dogtown or something like that.
Yeah.
If you name your boy Christian, you're expecting him to fear God.
Christian
and by-
McCaffrey is nuts.
Why?
He's a bad mofo.
Jalen Hurts is a bad mofo.
You know
know
who
that
I'll take? I'm taking
Olivia
Christian
Culpo
McCaffrey
came to a
anytime.
date event at the frat that I was in college.
What
She
happened?
was a sophomore, junior at BU,
In high school
I
or
think.
college?
In college.
He just said college.
Oh.
And she came as the date of a friend of mine, and she was so hot. She was so outrageously better looking than every other person I'd ever seen up to that point, that my friend we were all drinking and we got pretty drunk, and my friend started throwing ice cubes at her. So he was like, "You're too hot to be here." She didn't like that at all.
Understandable.
That you guys just surrounded her like a woman on like a Bangladeshi beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
like-
cut that one out.
But she came to the event.
We all
and
threw ice
she was
at her.
cool.
Said,
And then
"Cool
another friend of
down."
mine got her
Please.
number, and they went out, and she like came over, and he was too nervous to put any moves on her.
Really?
And he still to this day considers it the miss of his life, because she was indicating that she was interested.
They would have fumbled it anyway, or it
Yeah.
wouldn't have lasted anyway.
Once Christian McCaffrey came into the picture, there's
I don't
really
know
no beating that.
when you, I mean, a woman that beautiful, it's tough. It's tough to like rise to the occasion, I think.
Yeah, you know what's a good way to. A good starting point would probably be not throwing ice at her.
No, that was a different thing. And for what it's worth, I put a stop to that.
You did?
Yeah.
You started collecting. Yeah, because you were heat miser. You're probably melting all the ice.
I like the ice. I was
Stood in
using the
front of
ice.
it.
Yeah, like the fucking Matrix. All the ice. Yeah.
I pick one out of the air. Study it.
Oh man,
That's
a
honestly
zing.
that's great insight. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
that is interesting.
She had already, I think she was Miss Maybe she won Miss Universe shortly thereafter.
She won Miss Universe?
She was doing,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's Miss Universe. And she was doing the pageants and stuff.
Dude, I even think she's beautiful on the outside too.
That's what you guys were throwing the ice at. You're like, your personality is too hot.
Swallow this.
You're too beautiful on the inside.
Stop doing so much for the poor.
We heard how you changed the world. We heard your plea for world peace.
You need
Is Miss
fewer
Universe
talents.
still a thing? That's still
Definitely.
like a thing that happens?
I think someone maybe just won,
Really?
but it's definitely still a thing. Do you think beauty pageants are ever going to end?
They're just
They
getting more
should.
and more diverse. Pretty soon we're going to have like a seeing eye dog participating.
Yeah.
And next up from Delaware, please
Rusky.
welcome. His pronouns are woof bark. And his talent is sniffing butt.
That's hilarious. I think that they'll never stop being beauty pageants because the little girls get started so young.
Yeah.
It's everybody's life.
And they think it's like cool, but it's so freakish.
I think it's too young.
Like Honey Boo Boo.
I think that's a pretty common
I
thought.
think it's too young.
It's freakish.
Yeah, I think that's like
They all look fucking scary.
because they're
They're
putting
not ready.
No, if
Adult
I saw
makeup
one of
on.
those girls, like if I came home and one of those girls was in my apartment, I would scream.
they're scarier than like a
just-
succubus.
Yeah.
Than like a
Yeah.
floating body.
100%.
If you found one of those girls in your room, you would be.
I would not react
I
well.
would be so unhappy.
But they look like
Oh no! Get out of here, you!
they
You're
look
too
like
young.
They look like those girls that are fucking that you would see in like in a horror movie that like are just up in the basement smiling or up in the fucking
Just
attic.
terrifying.
Yeah, that's bad women who are doing that to their daughters, and it's never the dad. It's like a scared ass dad. There's never even like a gay dad who's like that.
No, it's a crazy mom who probably did it when she was a kid.
Yeah,
And she's been pumped that she finally has a daughter to fucking
or
dress
she's like,
up
I
and-
didn't win, but I know who will.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
Yep.
pops her out.
Yeah, too young. Too young for that.
I'm gonna make you a star.
You're gonna be a beauty star.
You're gonna win the Queen of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
You're gonna be beautiful, little Miss Bridgeport. Put curlers in her hair.
My child is the most attractive child in all of Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Learn the song "Driver's License"
you will
by
wear
Olivia
your sash
Rodrigo.
proudly.
Oh, no candy bars for you, little girl. Have some more salad, no dressing.
There's not a whole lot of.
driver's license last week.
Oh man.
There's not a lot of what?
I feel bad. I stepped on your riffs.
No. There was no rift. I was done.
I didn't want to derail the riff train.
No. That train was a runaway.
Speaking of riffs, my friends all call those whiffs.
Yeah.
They call Jules whiffs.
Why?
I don't know, just to be fun.
Just a fun little thing. I used to have a friend, or I still have a friend, but his older brother used to come up and he'd go, "Let me talk to her about the jewel."
Oh,
If you had a jewel, you go, "Let me talk to her." It was very funny.
that's good. Beauty pageant women, there's not a lot of career options after if the beauty thing fails.
Yeah, you have to marry an
Commercials?
NFL player.
Well, it's either that or, like, in a very rare occasion, one might discover that in a certain town, the water has been contaminated by the chemical plant,
Flint.
which says
Little
the
Miss
water's
Flint.
fine. But generations of families are suffering nosebleeds, which leads to melanoma, cancerous
Yeah.
sort of malignancies.
There's got to be some rough towns to be like a Little Miss.
And they'll pay them small amounts of money for
Little Miss
settlements.
Columbine.
Take your shot.
This is Aaron Brockovich I'm talking about.
I knew what you were talking
Have you
about.
ever seen that?
I was going to let you go off on Aaron Brockovich. A little class action lawsuit. Julia Roberts in a push-up bra and a leopard print shirt.
No, I know the movie. I've never seen it though.
It's worth it.
I've heard it's good.
You should see it.
Yeah. Forgetting
You'd
Aaron
learn a lot. You'd
Brockovich.
learn a lot from that.
Forgetting Aaron Brockovich. She's unforgettable though.
Truth.
They tricked you into thinking that she was busty because she had
The bra, which
bra.
she thanked in her Oscar speech. That's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and fucking ugly shoes.
Is that from the movie?
No.
Yep.
That was just off the top. I just felt like saying it.
Well, why wouldn't that be me? You don't think I could come up with that?
No, I think you could.
All right.
She worked in a lawyer's office, and they were like, "This girl's dumb. This girl's stupid because she's pretty."
The best part is when they pay her at the end, and he sets her up to think he's going to underpay her.
Yeah.
He's like, I know this wasn't what you were expecting, and you're probably, just remember, like, and she's like, you know what? That's blah, 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 fuck you. And then she opens it up, and it's $2 million
Oh, shit.
of the settlement. And he goes, it wasn't, so I increased it.
Who is that charming old man with a little whistly speech impediment?
He's that great actor. He always is in those kinds of movies about, like, he was in Michael Clayton.
Yeah, he has like a weird speech pattern, but he's weird enough. Like, you could be weird enough where you become a great actor.
Yeah.
He's like
that dude from the fucking, what's it called? The dude who's like the Riddler in Batman.
Yeah,
That guy plays a freak in every movie he's in. He's in Prisoners.
that's like your best hope.
Yeah, Prisoners.
Yeah. Paul Dano is his name.
Yes,
He's really good.
he's
But
incredible.
he's just a creepy guy.
He was in There Will Be Blood.
Yes.
Similar character, very unhinged, very kind of big mood swings, huge range of sound.
Yeah.
That scene where he tries to get Daniel Day-Lewis to convert and sort of admit that he's a sinner in the church.
Yeah, he's like, "How do you?"
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what he says.
yeah.
That movie's so fucking good, though.
And then at the end, Daniel Day-Lewis bludgeons his head in with a bowling ball, I think, or bowling pin.
in his
And that's
own
how
house.
the movie ends.
He's like eating steak on the floor.
Bro, go rewatch that movie. I hadn't seen it in like 15 years. It's so much better than I ever remembered it being.
I rewatched it recently as well. It's so like no one speaks for like the first like 20 minutes of the
know.
movie. It's intense.
Incredible.
Have you
Paul
ever seen
Thomas
it?
Anderson, right?
Did you watch the movie he told you to watch the other night? The horror movie?
Signs?
Yeah.
No.
Bro, you need to I'm going to smash your video games so you can't play
Signs.
anymore.
I started watching The Sinner.
Aaron Brockovich.
I started watching The Sinner
There Will Be Blood.
last a couple nights
Which
ago.
one?
Which
The
is
season
good.
1?
Yeah.
I watched that. I had
It's
to watch
okay.
it because of an ex-girlfriend. She was obsessed with it.
It's good. I just don't understand. I love these like mini series detective shows, and that's kind of like that, but it's like
Was that the
it's a
one on
different story
HBO?
every
Jessica
season.
Biel. It's the no.
It's a little soap opera-y.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I liked it,
It's trash.
but it's dude. In every single one of these movies, it's
trash.
Why is there always this like side plot or shows? Why is there always this side plot of like the detective being like a pervert?
because that's a network show that needs to get to like whatever 12 episodes in a season, 10 episodes. They can't do it as a dramatic miniseries. It's like 6.
Yeah.
Which is really what the proper run for a mystery like that should be.
Yeah, there's no reason for it to be that long.
The
but
Undoing was like 6 or 7.
I
Mayor
have
of
a
Easttown, 6 or
lukewarm
7.
take. There's no documentary that needs to be more than one episode.
Ted Bundy tapes was really good.
Nah, bro. They could have told that shit in one episode.
The
Jinx
Night Stalker.
probably
that-
needed all of it.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
I think they could have crammed it in. I
Did
think
you
they could
like
have made it.
Night Stalker?
I loved it.
I thought that one was a little too fucked up.
I thought that one. Oh, I mean, it is
too
fucked
many
up.
victims.
It is fucked up, but it's super good.
Thought it was too many
Whenever I'm
victims.
I
getting
thought it was
into the
funny how he got caught. How the whole city just fucking chased him down.
How'd they catch him?
It literally, like he didn't even know he was getting caught, and then they like found out who he was and like put his fucking face
Address out.
his face out
They
on
came out
in
with
like a
pitchforks
newspaper or some
and
shit.
torches.
Dude, he was literally just on the bus. And all of a sudden everyone started looking around and they're like, that's that guy. And then like the whole city, he got off the bus and just like a fucking mob of people just chased him down.
Did they kill him?
No.
That sucks. Because that's one where you're like, okay, that's some nice public justice.
Yeah. He was really fucked up. Though. He was scary, dude.
Public vigilante justice.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. I'm always looking for a chance to, if an old lady has had her purse snatched and a guy's running down the street,
For everyone to beat the fuck out of him? Or you're just saying
just
to
for me
trip him?
to catch him, because he's not accounting for the fact that there's a former Division I lacrosse player who used to run a 4.62 40-yard dash.
Who you horse collar tackle him?
And it's why I've stopped wearing boots.
Just in
you're
case.
always wearing sneakers
I
these
need
days.
sneakers.
Because you just the hope of
Crime
being a
is on the
hero
rise. I need to fly.
towards it.
And I'm going to grab them by the back of the head, catch him, and then smash his head against a storm grate.
Do you think if your parents made like a little bit more money, you could have been more of like you could have been like a Batman type figure?
No, they would have needed to die.
True.
I didn't have enough tragedy in my life to reach that level of needing to correct the system.
But Batman wasn't even really a superhero.
You're saying he doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, he was just a rich dude. He was a baller.
But he's still a hero. You're saying he doesn't have superpowers, but he's
like those are honestly the two lanes. The two lanes that you can take when you get to Bruce Wayne level of money is pedophilia or superhero.
Why you gotta go to pedophilia?
No, like seriously, if he went to Epstein Island once,
closed that loop.
If he went to Epstein Island one time, he would be sitting on a skyscraper in Gotham and been like, "Figure that shit out yourself."
But it's probably like the movie Crash, though. He's like trying to bring it all full circle, and he feels he's probably has such a dark conscience.
Yeah, true.
Right. He's like, "Let me dress as a bat."
Yeah,
no
that's probably what
bat
it is.
an eye that I fucking touch these middle schoolers, which I'm sure he didn't do.
Do you guys ever wonder how much better off or how much farther along and more motivated you would be in your lives if you'd experienced more tragedy?
I don't think it would have helped me. But, but have you ever? Were you ever a kid and you were like were you ever in like 7th grade and or like 7 years old and your mom wouldn't give you like $2 to play video games at the skating rink in Villanova and you were like, I wish my mom was dead?
Yes. I remember one time I was going to go buy.
I think I was dead.
You don't have to fucking
be a hero.
Lie. Yeah, everyone. When you're a child, you've had that thought. Go upstairs, you're slamming doors, throwing clothes around the room.
I think I would then threaten mom, if you don't give me $2 to play video games, I'm going to die. I'll be dead.
Yeah, that would never work on my parents. I used to. I remember
it didn't work.
I think the most mad I ever. The most moment I had like that as a child was when I was going to go. My mom was supposed to take me to Target. I was really young. I was probably in like kindergarten.
Damn, bro, you almost wished death on your mom so you could go to a fucking big box store.
She was gonna bring me to Target to buy Pokemon cards.
Got it.
And then I got in a fight with my older sister and I bit her. And then Pokemon cards got canceled. And I threw the temper tantrum of the century.
Then you were a cereal biter.
I hate you! Like Anakin talking to fucking Luke Skywalker. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Young Anakin.
When he just goes, I hate you! In like the middle of a fucking battle to the death. It's like, yeah, dude, clearly you hate him.
That's why you're fighting to the death.
Yeah, that's why you're trying to kill him.
No, it's obvious. That's why you're fighting to the death. No, we know.
Take that back.
Yeah, you don't mean that.
Come on.
Surely you don't mean that.
No Pokemon cards for Anakin.
Yeah. There's some really corny scenes in old Star Wars.
Oh, it's the worst.
Who's the uncle? Who's Anakin's? Is it Anakin
Uncle Ben?
or Uncle Ben?
No, that's Uncle Ben is from
the proper ones. The
Who's his
originals.
uncle? I think it's Uncle Ben.
No, that's from Spider-Man.
No, Uncle Ben.
It might be from Spider-Man. Yeah.
Old Ben Kenobi is what they called him.
Oh,
but
so there was an Uncle Ben.
Luke Skywalker had foster parents.
He's like Uncle Ben
on Tatooine.
Yes,
they were farmers,
and they had a bunch of moons.
Uncle.
They did.
Honestly, they basically lived on Amangiri.
That's right.
It was like fucking these minimalistic little huts. Like
they were like growing the sod.
Yeah,
for Amangiri.
They basically were, which is kind of nice. Just wearing robes and shit like that.
What the fuck? It says it's Uncle Lars. That surely can't be true. That cannot be the right answer.
Uncle Lars.
Uncle Lars. What is it though? Is it Luke Skywalker or is it Anakin where he's like, is it Uncle Owen? He's like, Uncle Owen, we were supposed to go to the... I forget. I got to find this clip.
Is that the one where they're like they have to repair things and there's like this guy who like this ugly ass fucking alien who's like he's very stingy with the...
But Uncle Owen, I was going to go to Toshi Station to pick up some power converters. Have you seen this?
No. Play it again.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
My friends used to quote that all the time.
But Uncle Owen,
I was going to go to Toshi Station to pick up some power converters. It's because he has to like do chores.
Yeah.
That's so funny to think that like a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away,
you're still bitching and moaning.
Still had whiny intonation, like this 80s whiny intonation. But Uncle Owen,
that's not fair. I was going to go pick up some power converters at Toshi Station.
I wanted to play video games.
Just him like punching that fucking sand wall that they have. They're fucking clay walls.
I'll do my part. I'll watch that movie.
You've never seen Star Wars?
No, I'll rewatch it the same way you said you'll rewatch There Will Be. You've never seen There Will Be Blood?
You should start with that.
Well, I don't think There Will Be Blood and Star Wars are even on the
one
close to the
significantly
same
better.
note.
That readaptation of Oil by Upton Sinclair dwarfs
I might actually watch Star Wars tonight.
Same.
There Will Be Blood has been listed.
I know
as
it's a very famous movie. I'm well aware.
as like the best film of that century or of that decade.
Dude, there's no
In a
way
lot of
you could ever
lists.
convince me that. I'm saying like it's more shocking to not have seen Star Wars than There Will Be Blood.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
But I'm saying that There Will Be Blood is better than Star Wars.
It's an incredible movie, dude.
And I'm saying the 49ers are better than the Eagles, bro.
Well, at least one we can figure out the answer to in a couple of days. At least one we'll get to the fucking bottom of. So you can. But I don't know what's going to shut you up though, because every week you move the goalpost. You're like, the fucking Chiefs are great. The fucking
No, I hate the Chiefs. I wanted the Eagles to beat the Chiefs.
And then you come to the Bills and you're sucking off the Bills, and then your precious
Dude,
Bills
I
get
want all the
stomped
good
in.
teams to lose. I don't
Why?
actually dislike the Eagles. I just want to see them lose like another game this
Why?
season.
Well, they're
Just 'cause
going to
I
lose
want
another game this season.
You think?
Yeah, they're not going to go fucking 16-1.
I think they easily could.
They're not going to.
All right, and you know they're gonna end up losing to some shit team.
Hopefully, the Giants at the end of the season because they rest everyone.
If they were 15-1, do you think that they would maybe bench their starters?
I think they'd because the last game of the season they play at the Giants, and that field has fucking claimed ACL after ACL.
Yeah.
And
Aaron
Achilles.
Rodgers got hurt. Two guys this past week got hurt. I forget who
Two
played
guys
there.
on the
Dolphins, maybe.
Dolphins got hurt, or that one dude on the Dolphins tore his ACL
Yeah.
or tore his Achilles. He was pissed.
Yeah, because that fucking is the
Yeah.
worst field in the NFL. Didn't we just look at that study?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I wonder if players are going to start like a fucking
I would have thought there was a more
strike and be like, we're
kind
not
of like
playing
a
here anymore.
uniform turf that was used across fields.
Or just grass. Let's use grass.
right.
What is the whole? So they don't use grass because it's supposed to prevent concussions to use turf or some shit like that, or prevent
No,
injury.
It's just probably cheaper, would be my guess.
Really, I thought it was. I thought it was an
grass
injury
is
thing.
is
Expensive, yeah.
And especially in like the Northeast. But doesn't Gillette have real grass?
No, we played on that.
I don't think
played on
so.
that field. I played a lacrosse game on that
Oh,
field
really?
in college. It was the precursor to they were hosting the Final Four that year. So we played Cornell in Gillette Stadium.
Philly's real grass,
I
right?
scored a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But
you?
we got smoked.
There you go, though.
That was Max Sebald at the height of his powers. Rob Pennell. They went to the championship that year, Cornell, and should have won.
They were cradling fucking balls of ice to smoke at Olivia Colpo.
Yeah. Cool down.
We had a lot of people come out to that game, and it's probably the most people we ever had at a game, and unfortunately the stadium looked completely empty.
Yeah, that
Even
sucks.
with like 2,500 people there.
It's almost not worth it to play in big stadiums like that.
Yeah.
Like it'd
I
be
think it's
cooler
more
to
for the
play.
players, right? To be like, this is cool.
Well, they needed us to do it because the production team that was going to air the Final Four needed a dress rehearsal of how that was going to work, and our game was broadcast on ESPN, 360 or some bullshit like that.
I mean, they play the high
We lost
school.
11-7. We were coming back at one point, but then Max Sebald really
He went off.
he just sort of said, "I'm
He
going
went
to take
dummy.
over."
He went dummy on you
I
guys.
scored a goal though.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had a goal.
They play like the high school champion like Super Bowl in Massachusetts played at Gillette, and it's like they probably couldn't even fit. They probably wouldn't even fill up the front row of the entire stadium.
The
Yeah,
only
that
place
shit
where that
sucks.
happens is Indiana, the state of Indiana for high school
fills up.
basketball. They fill up where the Pacers play for
I
games.
could
That's
see
gotta
like
be
I could
insane.
see like Dallas or like the Jerry's World getting filled, or no, maybe not
football?
even because there's like 100,000 people that fit
I
into Jerry's
know.
World or whatever. It's
Yeah.
fucking massive.
Yeah.
But they also have big stadiums anyway at the high schools in Texas. They might as well. Like I think it'd be cooler to have a small area that's completely filled up. You can't fucking move
Right.
than a big area or big stadium, big field that nobody's at. But that's my opinion.
Heard.
Nothing wrong with that. Heard. All right. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good hour and a half.
Wow. Tasty delights.
Any
Taste
more
of
ads?
delight. Nope, we're all done. We'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys. Anything you got to plug? I'm going to be in Louisville next weekend. So go get tickets for that.
Toronto this weekend for me. Friday, Saturday.
Perfectly said.
Providence the following weekend.
it's gonna be a
Friday,
fun one.
Saturday. FrancisEllis.com.
Alrighty, we'll see you guys on Monday. Goodbye.
for watching.
Give it a second. I think we just broke 1,000. Mute these microphones.